Pipa seems to have its own essence for many reasons. Its people, its lifelong inhabitants, or its newly arrived neighbors are absorbed within this spirit, with this special essence, with this ideal, vital rhythm. In Pipa, everything shines with a distinct clarity. It simply happens. Nobody bothers anybody. Everyone knows each other. People from all over the world, Spanish, Italians, Portuguese, Norwegian, everyone decides to stay and enjoy Pipa. One serene community, simple and very secure. There is no unemployment, there is no sickness, and crime does not exist in Pipa.
But Pipa is not Brazil. And when I say that it is not Brazil, it's because it has completely different characteristics to the rest of this fantastic nation. Pipa has only one way in and one way out. Pipa has full employment. There is no unemployment. In Pipa, every child goes to school, and every school has university-titled teachers. Pipa is in a natural protection environment, and its people have a fantastic ecological conscience. Pipa has one of the highest rates of human development of all the northeast cities. Pipa has an organized civil society. South of Brazil is totally different from north or northeast. Here there is a lot of peace. It is another Brazil in this respect. Nothing that happens in São Paulo or Rio happens here. Thanks to God, here during the night you can have a peaceful walk alone without anyone, because everyone knows each other. In 7 years nothing has ever happened. Even my house, which is an open space, and no one has ever entered, no one has ever stolen anything. It is perfect in this way. Right, you might say. I feel secure, just look at the fence that I have at home, but what is a fence made of bamboo? I have no wires and no security system. I have nothing. I have a housekeeper that lives at the front of my house. Obviously, if I felt insecure, I would never have come here. To feel like that, I would never have left my beloved Barcelona.
Security, great atmosphere, and naturally its beaches, some known as the most beautiful in the world. For example, Baía dos Golfinhos and La Praia do Modero. Their beauty is unquestionable, and in some, you can even swim with dolphins.
We're only 5 minutes from one of Brazil's most beautiful beaches, full of dolphins and turtles. Just seeing dolphins is something extraordinary. I've seen them so many times, but no matter how many times I see them, they still surprise me. If you swim near them, the sensation is really incredible. For me, one of the main reasons to come here was for the dolphins. I just love dolphins. Before, I had 2 great reasons for coming to Pipa. Its beaches, its natural beauty, and now the dolphins.
In Pipa, you enjoy the privileged climate of the Rio Grande estate of the north. The temperature is stable and pleasant. NASA confirms that the air in Pipa is the cleanest on the planet, and the waters are not contaminated. The average temperature is 27 degrees, and the water is 28 degrees. The pleasant breeze that blows constantly makes the area much more agreeable, as well as making the humidity conditions very particular and different from the rest of the tropical countries. The sensation of humidity is practically non-existent.
The climate for me is one of the best I have seen in Brazil, which is why Natal has this name, the sun's capital. It rains, then the sun comes out, and when it rains, it's not cold. There is no need for a coat. Our coat is our blood, our body. It is a fantastic place to live. The air is one of our biggest qualities here in this region of Brazil. People from other regions with breathing and lung problems come here because this region is really fantastic.
se deslocam de outros estados do Brasil para essa região que é realmente fantástica.
Pipa also has the Mata Atlantic, a Brazilian vegetation formation that is a continuation from the Amazon jungle and one of the major biodiversities of the planet. This lateral zone joins the country from Rio Grande do Sul to Rio Grande do Norte, actually at the moment one of the tropical jungles most endangered in the world. However, Pipa is one of the few places where the Mata Atlantic is preserved and protected.
O que passa é que hoje no Brasil só nos
Now in Brazil, we only have 7% of the Mata Atlantic left. That is why in the municipals of Tibao do Sul and Pipa, we have engaged a great battle. We are fighting constantly so as to reconstruct this lost Mata. Our idea is that the tourists that come here do so for not only the beaches, the sun and the beer. We want them to learn a little more about nature, have them do excursions, walk about and explore the inner region and its beauty. What is really important and of value is nature. It is of infinite value.
How do you combine the preservation of nature and real estate development? In Pipa, we have this very clear.
Here you cannot build any higher than 7 meters, so you build at ground level and 1 story, so all the buildings are well integrated in Pipa's landscape. If this continues, we need not fear that the natural beauty of Pipa will ever end.
Pipa
is within an area of environmental conservation. It is impossible to think of Pipa with 20-story buildings. Our legislation does not permit buildings any higher than 7.5 meters. Nothing. The occupation of the land is strictly controlled. The areas where we can build are clearly outlined. It is impossible to touch our jungle. We are inside a natural park. A natural park that conserves the Atlantic vegetation, which is one of the most fantastic natural surroundings in the planet.
Que é dos biomas mais fantásticos do planeta.